So in the smartphone arena, some people just want the basics. They don't want nothing special, nothing fancy. Some people just want a device that gives you decent battery life, decent performance at a low price. Well, Doogee may have you covered. Look, I'm reviewing the Doogee X97 Pro, a device that costs under $200. Yes, it's called savings. Let me give you my thoughts about it. Sit back and relax and get your popcorn ready and follow me on this journey. Let's go. What's up, guys? This is Zach back with another video. So it's always nice to review a device that doesn't break the bank, because these are not $1,000 phones. Hell, they ain't even over $500 phones. This device is under $200. So it's refreshing to review these type of devices. So let's talk about the unboxing experience if you purchase this device. So it comes in an all yellow box with the name Doogee on top. So opening up the box, you're greeted to the device itself. And it comes with a clear case, which is really nice. Now you get all the bells and whistles here. You get the user manual, USB Type-C cable, you get a charging brick. And you know what? For the price, under $200, this is an overall good unboxing experience. So as we look at the device, let's talk about some of the tech specs. The Doogee X97 is a 6-inch IPS 720p display. It has the MTG25 processor. Now this one got 4 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of internal storage. You got dual SIM support or SIM and SD card support. As far as the cameras on the back, you got a dual camera setup here, 13 megapixel camera, along with a 2 megapixel camera with an LED flash. Now in the front, you have a 5 megapixel camera. Now as far as video, this device can shoot 1080p, 30 frames per second on the rear, and 1080p 30 frames per second on the front. Now power this device, you got a nice size 4200 milliamp battery. Now the X97 is running Android 12 with Material You design on top. Kind of stock Android here. Now it does have May 2022 security patch, which is a good thing. Now this device has Bluetooth 5.0, NFC, OTG support, Face ID, a headphone jack. Now this device is a 4G device that supports only GSM carriers such as T-Mobile and Metro. Now if you have AT&T, forget about it. And this device would not work on CDMA carriers such as Verizon Wireless and Boost Mobile. So just keep that in mind. So the X97 Pro comes in 3 colors, black, green, and blue. So keep that in mind.
Slow to 1/2 impulse power. Let's be friends. Slowing to 1/2 impulse power.
Let's go over the device. On the right side, you have your volume up and down buttons and a power button. Now on the left side, you got the SIM slot and everything else is clean. Now on the top, you got a headphone jack. Yes, a headphone jack. And at the bottom, you got your single firing speaker, also with a USB Type-C power port in the mic. So as far as the build quality, the build quality is nice. It has a nice texture back, even though I got the case on it. It's a nice texture back with a metal frame. Now, the case is really nice. It's a nice, flexible TPU case, so it's really good. So the durability here is really nice, right? Along with the case, you won't have no worries here. Now, there's no glass here. This is a plastic textured back here, so just keep that in mind. Now, looking at the display, it's nice and sharp for 720p. So watching movies and reading text is okay. Now I took this device outside, so outdoor visibility seemed to be okay with a little glare here and there. Now it has a bit of a bezel here, right? The top and bottoms and the sides of bezels here. But you know what? For the price, under $200, it's all good. Now, as far as performance, my expectations for these devices that cost under $200 is pretty low. But I was shocked. I was able to play high-end games like Day Trigger 2, Call of Duty Mobile, and the overall experience was pretty good. playing games here, the device did get a bit warm when I was playing Call of Duty for a long period of time. But the good thing about it, even though the device did get warm, it did not hinder performance. So that's a good thing. So let's talk about battery life. 4,200 milliamp battery paired with the 720p display, you're going to get awesome battery life here. Definitely very good battery life with medium to heavy use. So just keep that in mind, that you're definitely going to get very good battery life out of the X97 Pro. So let's talk about these cameras. The X97 Pro has a unique Oreo-shaped camera array, but how does it perform? Let me show you guys some footage here of these cameras in action and let you be the judge for yourself. So check this out.
The Chosen.
All right, guys, so here it is. This is the video sample of the X97 Pro. I'm shooting this at 1080p, 30 frames per second, so y'all guys can see the video quality of this device. Now, it doesn't have optical image stabilization, so you will see some jumpiness here as I walk, but I want y'all guys to see the image quality of this device. You know, okay, you got to remember this device costs under $200. Man, that's what I'm talking about. All right, guys, so this is the front-facing camera of the X97 Pro. Now, you be the judge for yourself when looking at this. Let me see if I can get into something here. As you can see, it has me kind of in focus and everything else is kind of in the foreground. The dynamic range is not the greatest. As you can see, it's kind of blowing out a little bit in the background, but it's not so bad per se. Now, it doesn't have optical image stabilization. Now, this is at 1080p, 30 frames per second. You be the judge for yourself. But this is the video sample along with the audio of the X97 Pro. So let's talk about the pros and cons with the X97. First, the pros, under $200. I found this device even cheaper on Amazon for about under $150. I will leave that link down in the description below. You get a good deal here. Bluetooth 5, headphone jack, solid build quality, NFC. You get a case in the box with a charger, charging cables. You get pretty decent battery life. You know, performance is pretty decent at this price point. So you get a lot here for the price. But as you know, no device is perfect. So let's talk about the cons. First, the thick bezels between the top and bottom of the display. Look, I know for the price, you're not going to get a thin design, but it does have thick bezels. You need to know that. But price versus product, you're still getting a great deal here with this device. And lastly, this is a 4G device. So just keep that in mind. I know a lot of people is skeptical about buying 4G devices. Also, if you're in the United States, and you have to understand that if you're on AT&T, this is a no-go. If you're on T-Mobile or GSM carriers, this will work. Forget about Verizon Wireless, forget about CDMAs. This device would not work on those carriers. So just keep that in mind. But that's the cons here. Listen, this device costs under $200. I've seen it online for under $150. I will leave the links down in the description below. This is the Tech Preacher from Easy Computer Solutions. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think about the Doogee X97 Pro in all its glory. See you guys on the next video. Peace.